his development the last 8 weeks to give him the confidence to do that?
Well, he's certainly not afraid to get involved. We noticed that when we first saw him. It was almost a detriment at times. We saw him at a rookie camp in Buffalo. So he's learned when to go, when to be a good support person on the rush. He's done a great job for us since he's been here. And he has the ability to separate. So he can skate and beat his guy up ice, goes to the good spots. That's how he got his goal against Carolina, right in front as well. So good for him. I mean, it was a real timely goal for him. He was a little fortunate, but his stick was on the ice. He was ready for the puck. And we got a good bounce on that one. But he's certainly a guy that can add some offense to the back end. A sneaky kind of guy. He's not a guy you notice a lot, not flashy, but he certainly get up there.
Front right.
Bruce, after the second goal, you seemed to get away from the Bergeron-Shen matchup. Give me your thinking for that.
Wasn't going our way, EJ. It was that simple. I thought, Bergie's line had a tough time finding their game tonight. The other guys were a little bit ahead of them in terms of their, puck possession. And so we've used Corrali's line all year against good lines, so we decided to maybe go that route. Worked out for us tonight. We'll reevaluate on Wednesday. Or Coyle's line, I thought they were having a good night too, so a little more offense against offense, and they had the puck a lot, so I think that's one way you contain good lines. And usually Bergie's line will have a lot of zone puck possession, but for whatever reason tonight they weren't able to do it as much as they typically do.
Left side, third row.
Bruce, can you elaborate a little bit more specifically on what you liked about Crowley's line and what you saw from them tonight in their minutes?
Well, this is what they do. They possess pucks, they can skate, they play simple hockey, and I think against St. Louis, if you play north, especially, for us being off as long as we were, we had to not get drawn into the fancy stuff, the east-west stuff that you're doing in practice because you don't have the competitive edge. And it showed on the second goal, we just mismanaged the puck. Even the first one, we got a little loose. So at the end of the day, they're going to always play a straight line game, and sometimes they get rewarded, sometimes they don't, but they always play the same way. So that's what they did tonight. They got rewarded by going to the net. They're always good defensively. Noel will add the physicality. I think, going back to the previous question, we made the switch. We need to be a little more physical against that line. I thought, they were able to deliver that too.
Left side standing up.
Bruce, considering all that, what still worked so well for you guys to limit any attempts they even tried to put on net? I mean, they had 3 shots on goal in the second period. I know you had a lot of power plays, and they had 12 in the last 40 minutes. What went into that, do you think?
Well, I think typically for most of the year play good team defense. So, it starts with that. That's our identity. I thought we broke pucks out better as the game went along. So they're a forecheck team. That's how they establish territory, and it's part of their offense. And certainly the second goal was a big product of that. And the first one, that's right, they threw it behind Z. So both their goals were behind us. So when we started managing it better and breaking out, I think that limits their opportunities. I don't know them as well as but watching them, they're not a huge line rush team because they're forecheck dominant. We stayed out of the box. I think that helps limit the chance attempts. They're spending energy killing penalties, so I think that takes away from some of their offense. And I think we just know how to check, Dan. I think we've done it to Carolina, Toronto, Columbus. We know how to play winning hockey when we need to and limit the other team's chances, and that's a credit to the veteran guys in the room.
Left side, second row.
Coach, what does it say about the makeup of your team that you're able to come back and do so against a team as stingy as the Blues? And is it easier to muster whatever energy is needed to do something like that, considering what's at stake?
Well, listen, I wouldn't make it a habit. I don't think we're going to be able to do that every night against good teams. St. Louis certainly a good team. So, but I think some of it was we weren't too happy with the way the game was going. We weren't playing our game, weren't playing to our standard. And I think after the second goal, our guys, that kind of woke us up. And from there, you need something good to happen. It did. The Crowley played at Clifton, got us into the game, got the crowd back into the game, and all of a sudden, now we're starting to go. And, when we start skating, second period, it can be tough on one team or the other with the long change. Whatever team starts to dominate, I've always found the second period they'll continue to dominate because the other team gets stuck getting the puck out, changing. They never really establish anything. So that we were able to build on that first goal. And but our team has been resilient all year if you watch our group. And not necessarily from comebacks, but just, different guys in the lineup, different guys producing. We're generally going to, up and down the lineup, get guys that are going to play hard and they're not going to quit. That's for sure. And they're going to respond. And tonight was a good example.
We'll do a few more left side, third row, Frank.
Bruce, what is it about your power play that seems to need so little offensive zone time in order to create chances and score?
Well, we got some skill, guys that can finish, some individuals that can do some things one-on-one. I think Charlie got a bit of a break. I don't know if that hit their stick or not, but JoJo got through there once too, hit a post. So we're okay with designing breakouts where there's a chance to score off the rush. We did it well against Carolina, and we encourage our guys to attack if it's there. I thought it was sloppy tonight in general, our power play. Didn't execute as well as it typically could. Some of that has to do with the break. I think you lose your edge a little bit. I also thought we generated some good plays. Real nice play to Marsh through the seam. We just misfired on it. We, like I said, hit a couple of posts, had some net front tips, because I think St. Louis makes it difficult to get inside. We like to play down low on the power play, so now you've got our strength against their strength, and for the most part, they won the battle there tonight, but at the end of the day, we were able to get one off the rush, and it was very timely as well.
We'll do two more questions, left side.
Coach Jimmy Murphy, Boston Hockey Now. Sorry if you already touched on it, but Clifton there, I mean, what do you like about his instinct on that goal to just sort of see what was in front of him there to make it happen?
Well, it's one of the reasons he's here, because he's got good hockey IQ. He's learned when to go, when to, be conservative, when to, pick the right spot without being risky, without putting us at a disadvantage. So, and like I said, he kind of slides in there. All of a sudden, he's there. So obviously that's smarts, and it's also foot speed. He's a better skater, I think, than people realize. He's stronger on his feet, I think, than people realize. And when I say people, I mean the opposition. So I think that's what allows him to be there. And he's got a little bit of that. They call it Cliffy hockey. He just plays. He plays on instinct. And right now, his instincts are good to him, and it's working.
Last question, left side, fourth row.
Here, Coach, what are the main things for your team you need to do better for the second game?
Start on time. I mean, we've prided ourselves on that. I didn't think we were bad, but, at home you want to be the dominant team. They've been real good in the playoffs first period. I think so have we. That's one thing. I thought we were bad at the blue lines in terms of being hard on pucks early on. I think that had to do with, we don't like to talk about it, but at time off, you don't have your edge yet, your battle. I mean, you're trying to replicate it in practice. It's just not going to happen. You're risking injury too much. So those things should come a little more naturally on Wednesday, I hope. They're a heavy team, and if you're not willing to battle, you're going to lose pucks all night. They reload well, so I think that was a lot. The third part is when we did win a battle, we didn't move our feet to get going up ice. We kind of looked around to make a play. So at the end of the day, we're playing right to their strengths, which, they work hard, they reload, and they're strong on pucks. So, as soon as we seemed to win it, we gave it right back. And I think that was the problem in the first period, and we figured it out in the second.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.